Welcome to Calculus 1, and today we will be learning how to rationalize limits so we can find them. So let's start here. So let's define rationalization first. If you remember from Algebra 1 or 2, where you had a problem where you're given, let's say, 1 over the square root of 3, and your professor wanted you to bring the square root of 3 onto the top or not have a square root on the bottom or any type of root. So what you would do is you would multiply the top and the bottom by the square root of 3. So you would do square root of 3 over 3. And now we have transferred the root to the top, as you see here. So we do not want a root on the denominator at all. So that is the essence of what rationalization is algebraically. And of course, if we find a limit, when we directly plug in 0, that results in 0 over 0, or some number over 0, an algebraic manipulation has to be done in order to have a chance at finding the limit. So let's start here. How would we solve this? Well, when you plug in x, you get 1, square root of 1 minus 1 is 0 over 0. So we know we have to use algebraic manipulation in order to find this. Something I didn't mention before is that there's something called the radical conjugate. So let's say we had 1 over the square root of 3 minus the square root of 2, and we want to bring this to the top, or vice versa. We would want to do square root of 3 plus square root of 2, and do the same thing to the bottom. All right, now let's just multiply the bottom out. So we have 3, then that will cancel out because it's difference, and minus 2. So we'll get the square root of 3 plus root 2. So we multiplied by the radical conjugate, and we got a number and nothing on the denominator. So that is in essence on what we're going to try to do here. Okay? So we'll do the same thing here. So we'll rewrite it. I'll do square root of 1 plus 3x plus 1. You see how the sign has changed here? X, and then square root of 1 plus 3x plus 1. And then we're going to multiply the top out. So this square root of 1 plus 3x times the square root of 1 plus 3x and 1 plus 3x. And then since it's a difference of squares, we don't have to multiply the two inner terms. It's be minus 1. And then x, and the square root of 1 plus 3x plus 1. So that will go bye-bye because 1 minus 1 is 0. And now we have 3x over x times the square root of 1 plus 3x plus 1. The x's will cancel out. And now we were left with the limit as x approaches 0 of 3 over square root of 1 plus 3x plus 1. And now we can plug in 0 and figure it out. It's going to be 3 over 1 square root of 1 because 3 times 0 is 0 plus 1 is equal to 3 over 2 or 1.5. So that is the first way to do it by rationalization. Let's try with letter B. Not number B, that's weird. So same process here. We look at the bottom because we want to move it to the top this time. And we're going to multiply it. Well, actually, sorry, let's rewrite it. We'll do limit as x approaches 4 of x minus 4 times the square root of x plus 2 over the square root of x minus 2 times the square root of x plus 2. And as you see here, these are opposite signs. So then we'll multiply the bottom out, or the denominator. And we'll keep the numerator the same. Remember, this is the difference of squares. We don't have to multiply out the inner two, or the OI and FOIL. So then we have minus 4, and this will cancel out. And then we're left with the limit as x approaches 4, the square root of x plus 2. And the square root of 4, when you plug that in, is going to be 2, and 2 plus 2 is 4. Perfect. Let's go on to letter C. Here is the same process. We're going to multiply it by the radical conjugate, so we're going to change that sign. We're going to multiply the entire fraction. Oops, fractions backwards. And radical conjugate. And then we multiply the numerator out. And remember, we don't have to do the OI and FOIL, because these they're alternating signs or difference of squares. It's be 1 plus x, then minus 1 minus x. So it will be 2x, just x, then 1 plus x plus square root of 1 minus x. And the 1 will cancel out, and this will become 2x. Then the x's will cancel out. And this is as x approaches 0, 2 over the square root of 1 plus x, and plus square root of 1 minus x. And then when you plug 0 in, you will get 1, because 2 divided by square root of 1 plus the square root of 1 is 1. Right. Now we have a difference in outline. And now we have fractions, no square root. So what we will do here is we will add the roots together, the fractions together, and see where that gets us. We don't want to multiply anything here, so we're going to rewrite the limit. So actually we'll multiply this by 4. And this by x plus 4. Divided by x. This is going to be negative x over 4. X plus 4. And I probably should move that out of the way because I forgot to write the limit. This will be 1 over x because we just divided by x. 4. That was 0. For the first time. And then we will cross that out. Then we can plug in 0. So 0 plus 4 is 4 times 4 is 16, which gets us negative 1 over 16. Okay. Here it's a little bit of both. So let's start by adding the fractions together. Okay. So start by adding the fractions together. Then we can worry about adding the conjugate radical later. So multiplying dividing top and bottom by 2 here. And it's going to be, oops, a bit cluttered. Divide this by x. And then we have 2 minus the square root of 4 plus x over 2 times the square root of plus 4 over x. And then we will move the x. Actually, not just yet. We will want to take. Now it's time to multiply the top and the bottom by the radical conjugate. So we'll get 2 minus square root of 4 plus x. 2 plus the square root of 4 plus x. Times the square root of 4x plus x. And then we're writing the radical conjugate. And x. And then now it's just applying it out. So we can remove the O and the I in FOIL because of the opposite sign property, the difference of squares. So then it would be minus 4 minus x. And then it will be, we'll also get multiplied by x because we're dividing it by x. Oops, wrong way. This could be x on the bottom, actually, in the denominator. And 2 plus square root of 4 plus x. So that will be gone because 4 minus 4 is 0, and then that will be gone, and we go minus 1. Then we'll plug 0 in, and then 2 times square root of 4, which is 4. And then 2 plus the square root of 4 plus 0, which is also 4. So it's going to be negative 1/16. Just like the previous answer. Then final one, f. So we have a quadratic, and we're going to handle it the same way. We're either going to add them or rationalize them. We just have to know in what order. So we're going to add them first. We don't need to rationalize here because we have no radicals. But in the other problems, that's a good way to follow the problem-solving flow. So we're going to multiply this by 4, then 4 plus x squared minus, then we'll multiply this by 4 plus x squared. Forgot to mark this with the 4 down there. Divide this by x squared. Okay, whoops. Probably should move this down here. And then perform the arithmetic. Then 4 minus x squared is just negative x squared over 4 plus x squared. 4, then x squared will go on the bottom. And these x squareds will cancel out. And then when you add the 0 onto the bottom, we'll plug in for x. You get 4 plus 0 squared, which is 4. 4 times 4 is 16, which gets you negative 1/16. Okay? I hope you learned something. And thank you for watching. See you next week.